Yes, I will do it eventually. I don't personally want to do it, but if I can convince someone else to do a tire change demo, you just did one. That's perfect. We could definitely do that. Yeah, perfect. I know like the proper kind of mechanics of like how to put on a tire and like change a tube. It's just not fun. It sucks. We can do that too. Yes, we can do a full patching. Actually, a whole tire demo would be awesome. Patching holes. If you don't have a tube, how to do the plug hole sort of thing. Or if you have a tube, how to patch it. Again, it's a total bitch to do all those things, but also it sucks to be stranded. So it'd be good to know those things. Coming from someone who has been stranded, it sucks. I have 2 Allen bolts that connect to my caliper for my front brake. So I carry this super trusty, handy dandy Allen set. You don't have to have anything this fancy, but I swear by it. I got it at Home Depot. It's DeWalt brand, however you say it. You press in these little buttons and they lock out into place, and they have these awesome little grippies on the side so you really get good leverage to crank down really tight some really stubborn Allen bolts. If you have Allens on your motorcycle, I cannot recommend this tool at all. The only thing is that it's not as long as like a normal Allen wrench, so sometimes it's hard to like tighter spots, but if it's a very easily accessible bolt, this is awesome. Also in the cheat sheet, there's a little section where you can circle if you have standard or metric, so that helps you like kind of, I don't know, it's just fun, it's cute. And then I actually have my Honda factory tools that came with my motorcycle. They even say Honda on them, it's so cool. And the cool thing is how it's funny, I had this revelation last night when I was going through my tool bag. I was thinking like, yeah, I know exactly that I need a 10, a 12, a 14, a 17. Like I had to figure this out on my own. Come to find out, I don't know why I didn't check earlier, my factory tools are a 14, a 17, a 10, and a 12. They knew, and I knew. It's crazy. And then I also have a 24. I think that's for one of my gears or like something with my rear wheel. Really great to have as well. It does come with a spark plug wrench. For some reason mine has been misplaced. It's in another tool bag or something. But they even give you, this is awesome, they even give you close to 17 for extra leverage. It's awesome. These even say Honda on them. It's super cool. This is probably for older bikes. Fuel filter is really nice to have if you're in some desolate areas and the gas that you're getting. Oh, this is an oil. This is a fuel filter, excuse me. Pardon my confusion. Who knows? Maybe you go through a town that has one gas station and it's kind of crappy gas, a little questionable. Just cut a little slice in your fuel line and pop this in. If you're on a trip and you feel questionable about whatever gas you're using, it'll help somehow. And then when this is kind of a little excessive, but this came with when I was changing out my tire. This is actually a valve stem remover. It's just this little tiny notch that sits in you know, a little valve stem in your tire that you like put in there and everything. So there's a little valve mechanism inside of it that can break sometimes. And this little tool that's from the same brand as all the tire gauges you got, Slime, which is also a brand that does like tire patch kits and stuff like that. They have this cool little valve screw that unscrews that little valve piece out so you can throw it out and replace a new one if your tube is still good, but it's not, but that little piece isn't working. This is helpful, and the one thing is like I don't mind overpacking with this because it's really tiny. It's not taking up that much space, it's really lightweight. But if I lay it out, that's not very many tools. That's kind of it. And I went on like a 2-week, 2,500-mile motorcycle trip, and that's all I brought. On top of tire tubes. I brought tubes and I actually used them. But that's it. That is like, and I always overpacked. And so this was really fun for me to kind of like, within the last year, really figure out like, okay, what do I actually need and what don't I need? I even feel obsessive with this many screwdrivers, but surprisingly, you need them. Yeah. So, yeah. If you have any suggestions.
Zip ties?
Zip ties. Zip ties are helpful.
Cotter pins.
Cotter pins. Yep.
Because if you lose a bolt, or you lose a pull off your plastic, or even on a foot peg or anything like that, and you don't have any extra bolts on you can use those in a pinch until you get somewhere to go get it, and you'd be amazed how many times I've had to put a foot peg on with a stick before to get somewhere. So and also I've had my
fuses. If you have a bike that has fuses, it's useful to have a spare set.
And a trick that I learned was if you have a little piece of foil that you put in your tool bag, you could put foil on each side, roll it around your fuse, and it will get you to a store to get a new fuse. And I've gone and gotten like a smoothie or a drink that you open the top off and you pull that foil off and you put that on it. And my bike turned on to get somewhere to get
Just enough to
so like those little like things can be lifesavers that don't take up any space.
Exactly. Yeah. All that little stuff makes a huge difference. And I can't stress enough too, like as you start riding your bike more or going on trips, you'll start realizing what you need and what you don't need. It just takes, and I think a lot of the stuff that I've learned is just because I've done enough stuff to kind of start, like I've had enough experience to realize like what to pare down, what I need, what I don't need. Which actually segues into like some tips for packing for a trip. I recently went on a solo trip for 2 weeks, and when I got back I got a lot of friends of mine asking like how'd you do it, like how did you pack for a trip, like I would love some tips on that. So I kind of want to shed a little light on that because it is really hard to pack. If you're I was camping for the most part, and then at one point, a few points I was doing motels and I really wanted a shower. It was really hard to pare down what to pack for 2 weeks onto a motorcycle, and also with your camping gear as well. It's really challenging, especially on, it just depends on your bike. Some bikes, if they have 60 bars, you can strap all the stuff to it. I was thankful enough when I bought my bike, it came with this kind of like hard luggage piece. So that works for some of it, but I've also since then have bought saddlebags, and I actually have like strapped stuff to my back seat because it's a backrest too. But does anyone have like interests or questions before I go into it about packing for a trip, or
is there like any specific camping gear that is like that you have found just like so great?
Oh,
just,
yeah.
like really like perfect for motorcycle camping?
yes, hammocks. Hammocks are great. So I think like the biggest take home is the smaller the better. The more I think like after my first trip I did, I immediately went and rebought all of my camping gear. Like I actually, next adventure, if you haven't been there, go downstairs. They have buy sell trade bargain basement. It's all buy sell trade used camping gear. So if you're on a budget and you need to buy some new stuff, like it's all gently used camping gear. And there's now Foster Outdoor, which is on Foster and 70th or 69th or 68th. That place is great. It's all buy sell trade used camping gear as well. I'll just kind of show a little bit. I did bring a few of my stuff that I take on trips. When I mean like rebuying stuff, I had a camping mat that I really loved, but it packed into about, it only rolled down to about this size. I now have a camping mat that's about this size. Oh, and it came with a patch kit. But I mean, this is like a Thermarest roll down air mattress that I got. I think it's like $120, but I went down the basement. They had one for $60 with tax still on it. It was awesome. And then I actually went upstairs and bought Brandon. This is a pillow. This is a tiny little pillow. It's so cute. It's just a little air up. It actually has stretchy material on it, so when you lay your head on it, it's like just the Wilderness, like their brand, so it's pretty cheap. It's their brand, so it's affordable. It has stretchy material, so when you lay your head down, it kind of expands a little bit. It's not my favorite pillow. I do this when I don't want to have space. I like a real pillow, let's be honest. But when you don't have space, you're not going to bring a real pillow. At least that's how I feel. I think like you start realizing what you can live with and without. Some people really need certain things, and some people really don't. I know there's like, I can't live without having face wipes. I always need face wipes. Some people are fine without it. My face breaks out so bad. But yeah, basically the smaller the better. This is like a classic case of that. And I think this year, I have like a little REI 2-person tent, which it compacts okay, but this year I'm going to splurge and buy myself like, I think Hardware Gear makes hiking tents, which their goal is for it to be, if you're hiking on a multi-mile overnight trip, it compacts actually about this size. Super light. Weight doesn't matter as much on a motorcycle, but size does, and then with that comes weight. But Hardware Gear makes a tent. I think it's like $350. It's a little bit of a storage. It's a little one-person tent. It fits about this size, and it's awesome. I've been like pining over it for months. I think I'm gonna buy it soon. We'll see.
I was wondering if you like camping and designated campsites you want.
Oh yeah. That's also a great question. Thanks for asking. Yeah, so when I'm planning trips, I think it's different with everybody, but when I get a little like OCD when I plan trips, I want to make sure I know where I'm sleeping. Some people really like just winging it and then just driving until they're tired and then finding a place to camp. I really like knowing how many miles I'm doing each day, where I'm camping. But with that also, plans can change. You have to understand that like even if you go to a campsite, you might not get there depending on bike or weather or other circumstances, but I like to have a loose idea. So on my last trip, I kind of set a goal for myself where I wanted to travel no more than 400 miles a day. And so within that 400 miles, like what was around me that was either camping or motel lodging that was affordable or that was like good for the climate that I was at. And then for me, I was going down Highway 1, so I was hitting Big Sur, and it was like right around the time where I was starting to get touristy, the time that my trip was going to be. So I think I booked my campsites like in January, and I didn't take my trip till May. But at that point, I was kind of knowing that, all right, I know I'll be in this general area on this date, so I'll book that campsite. That's a really great question. So I'll usually go through. I even made an Instagram post actually when I was planning my trip. I had friends that love traveling and camping, so I just made a quick post of like, have anyone traveled down this route? Where have you camped? I feel like other people's opinions or like kind of advice on that kind of stuff is so invaluable. I really had a lot of great success of like people just giving me all sorts of different recommendations, and you never know what you're going to get with people in terms of like why they suggested that. You'll get suggestions maybe that you never thought of that might even be better than what you were thinking.
Also, popping into a town on by, and then asking like a bartender where they.
Yeah, asking the locals, totally. Very key. Yes.
Not on a bike, just driving camping.
Yeah.
It's good to bring a map.
Maps are great. Yeah.
Have that labeled, and if you're in an area that doesn't have signal, so you can use your phone, you're not.
Yes. Maps are your best friend.
Also, motorcycles hide very easily if you need to approach a campsite in the middle of the night.
They do. Yeah. Just be smart about it. Yeah, maps are great. Battery packs are awesome. That's another thing. Yes.
Can I just say that Butler maps?
Butler maps.
Butler maps.
Okay.
Butler maps show you in every state the best motorcycle routes for
Very
the
cool.
best twisties, and they're waterproof. Butler maps.
Interesting. Okay, good to know. Butler maps. Check it out. They're waterproof maps, and they have motorcycle routes on them. Very great tip. That's awesome.
How do you navigate that? Do you use your friends? Do you
Yeah, so I had a map, but I also have like a RAM mount motorcycle phone mount. I cannot praise that brand of motorcycle phone mount enough. It is a little expensive, well worth it. I have never had my phone fall off my motorcycle. It's so sturdy. But with that, I'll usually set a route when I have service and take screenshots. And carry the battery pack because there will be times where my battery is going to run out and then I still have several hours to go. And I'm like, what am I going to do? But screenshots work, writing down navigation. If you have a tank bag, if you decide to buy a tank bag or if you have one, and the ones that have the clear top little sleeve are perfect to put maps in. Or if you have like one of those, you know, when you used to, when you were in class and you had to like put sheets of paper in those kind of like waterproof little things to do expo markers on or whatever, those like little sheet sliders or whatever. If you get those and put your like directions or map in it, tape it shut, magnetize it to your tank or tape it to your tank, that's also a really great option. I think it's just whatever works best for you. GPS, yeah, there's a few GPS compartments, little GPS stuff, garments if you have them. Some newer bikes already have them.
So if you think you might be somewhere where you might not have service,
Yep.
you can download offline Google Maps.
Oh, interesting.
There's a way you can download an offline version so
Okay.
that you can, it's not quite as special, but it's
It's at least enough to get you where you need to go. Okay, cool. That's really cool. So Google Maps, you can download. If you can hear that, you can download an offline map from their stuff. If you like to do your kind of homework well enough for in time where you have service and battery power, then you're set. But yeah, all these things you'll kind of figure out when you do trips. I remember when I took my first trip, I was very naive about a lot of things, and as soon as I came